All right, I seem to be live, everybody, or somebody. This is far from my usual time I stream. And please, so folks, please tell me if you can hear me, because I'm streaming from my phone here. I do not know if anybody can hear me. So let's do a sound check first. Let's do sound check first. If audio is great. Hey, DK Crypto, hi Gwendolyn, hi Sue. All right, audio is great. Great. All right. Yeah, the Pandora box has been opened. We have the Delphi transcripts with an asterisk. The asterisk is now you can find the link on my page under the comment, not the comment section, but my post where I post stuff. There is the everything we got, everything, and sadly, it's not everything. To start with, there's one hearing with Judge Diener, who was the first judge on this case. We know there is at least one more. The the ex parte hearing without Rick's attorney, where they decided to put Rick in prison. That one is missing. So we can already tell there will be stuff missing. Second thing I wanted to tell you is that T from Criminality sent the cashier's check for the full amount, $5,048 or something like that, because of course the quota of 4,600, yeah, that wasn't enough. So that court of clerk of courts, of course, it became more expensive. Here's the good part. It was sent out for free. Some other clerk of court that is not the one that was spoken to decided, yeah, here it is, and sent it out for free. Which means that you who donated to the Gives and Go, if you want a refund, contact Criminality via the Gives and Go, or well, I will try to supply contact information if you want it back. The remaining that is not that won't be returned will go to something that is being discussed between people who fundraised and Kathy. So ultimately, the money will go somewhere the Allen family wants it to go to. Yeah, thank you, CH. See, the cashier's check has been cancelled. It might be up to 90 days to get the funds back into the account. Yeah, that's another sad part. Hi, Dave. Saying it's too early. Yeah. This is not my normal time or normal place. I'm in my car at a parking lot outside of, let me try to show you here. Outside that, which opens in half an hour, where I can get some breakfast. Let me get my setup here, which is my phone, my steering wheel, and my holder for my glasses. Okay, stable. Yeah. All right. Now I've been skimming through as much as I can because I drove 6 hours yesterday. I've been driving an hour and a half today. I have 4.5 hours before I get to where I am supposed to be, which is my godson's wedding, which is Saturday. So I get a day to, say hi to, or an enormous family gathering. So, as I skimmed and read through as much as I can, and I can tell you this: if you see my videos and streams on the Delphi case, you know how gloomy I have been about it. You know how much I have warned people. It's going to be worse than we expected. Now we have the transcripts. Folks, if you think Judge Bev, and I've said this before, but now I can really say, if you think Judge Bev from the Karen Reed case was bad, in the Delphi trial, we wish we had Judge Bev. If you think Prosecutor Brennan was unethical, he doesn't hold a candle to Prosecutor McLeland. I'll give you an example. After the trial concluded and everything in 2024, he got the specific question, what about the other suspects? And he was absolutely dumbfounded over the sheer possibility that there ever was anybody else than Rick Allen. Then we get to the second transcript. Transcript number 2 from back in 2022, November 2022, where asshole Nick McLeland, prosecutor Nick McLeland, explicitly gives the reason for the gag order on the attorneys, the witnesses, the families of witnesses, everybody, more or less every single person in Delphi, Indiana. He explicitly says it's an open investigation. We believe Rick did not do this by himself. This tells us all that Nick McLeland is an absolute cockroach, a stain on humanity, who without hesitation lies about things he knows are false. Things he absolutely knows is false. And it's astounding to see it. Hi, KPT. Yeah. We know. Well, everybody should know my opinion about the Delphi case by now. That I believe it is physically impossible for Rick Allen to have done this. Physically impossible. Another thing we can see in the transcript, if you think Trooper Michael Proctor is an asshole, Jerry Holman, the lead detective in this case, in the Delphi case, first of all, I always suspected he was clinically retarded. In the transcripts, it's basically confirmed. And after the Delphi trial, he has been awarded, got a raise, I believe. I don't know if he's been promoted yet. He probably will. Folks, this Jerry Holman is dangerous because he's an absolute moron. There's no question about it. Jerry Holman is a clinical moron with power, who have been told. This is the warning of participation trophies. If you get somebody a trophy for something that should, all right, I'm very sad you got last, but here's a trophy anyway for participation. Some of these grow out of it. Jerry Holman never grew out of it. He actually believes he does good. He has no idea what he's about. He contradicts himself, but it doesn't matter because McLeland objects, Judge Gull sustains the objection. Every time, I mean, I've gone through, as much as I have been able to do, the 6 or 7 first transcripts, and then a bit of the trial transcripts. It is insane the amount of impeachment that was never allowed to have been done. But it was in sidebar, nobody heard it, never in open court, so nobody in the audience could hear it. Now, I've been searching for, now here's where you guys can help out. I've been searching for the comment from Judge Gull when she told the witnesses you don't have to speak into the microphone. I still haven't found that specific comment. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We know it should exist. I have now, my search through the documents have been extremely limited because I've been more or less in my car or asleep since the documents were released. What is it now? 10 hours ago. I'm almost afraid to continue reading this. Yeah, KPT. Andrea Burkot, Lawyer Lee, Defense Diaries, all have said this during their trial coverage. That and not only, I believe, not just once, but several times, she's told witnesses that they don't have to speak up. They don't have to speak into the microphone. It's enough that it's heard to the jury, to the defense, and to her, or to the attorneys and to her. The audience, so to speak, the people who were in the courtroom, she took measures in order to make it as difficult as possible for everybody there to hear what was going on the witness stand. It's insanity. And now, again, I haven't found it yet. But if it's not there in the transcript, also means we can trust the transcript. Now, again, this is just speculation. Just because I haven't found it yet, somebody else might have. Check X for anything about that. Yeah, Judge Gull is up for re-election in November 2025. I don't know if anybody is going up against her. If it is, Jesus Christ, people in Indiana, put a broomstick up. Dig somebody up to run against her. Anything is better than a judge who I believe takes pleasure out of being evil. This might sound hyperbolic, but I can't see the reason for her conduct other than it is conscious. She decided Rick was guilty before she even got the case. I wouldn't be surprised if this appointment of her as a special judge, if that was tampered with also. I wouldn't be surprised if we sometime in the future find that out. Because it is so bad, folks. It is beyond comprehension that this happens in any jurisdiction, in any Western countries, any Western country. This is something that belongs behind the Berlin Wall in communist East Germany, in communist Romania, communist Soviet Union. And I've heard about trials in those countries and how it was conducted. People there are guilty because the state says so. And that is what happened in Judge Bev's court. If she decides you're guilty, she will move anything. She will break laws. She will break rules. She will do anything in her power to make sure a person gets convicted. And she did it against Rick Allen. Another thing, this was in the, I believe this was in the first transcript when the first time when she took over. She has a rule that apparently she's enforcing in Allen County, and what she was going to enforce in Carroll County. She bans every kind of electronic device except phones in the courtroom. And there are news articles about this from Allen County. If somebody forgets to turn it off, even if it's on silent and it's just buzzing, she will have her deputy seize the phone and destroy it. And I can tell you by the answers to my question on social media to attorneys from around the United States, that's not legal. There is no support in any law for the destruction of a seized phone in a courtroom. The only thing is, well, if it's from a defense attorney, no, you can't destroy his phone or her phone. It might contain things that is necessary for the defense. You can definitely not do it for the prosecution, not for the witnesses. And I mean, an audience member, I mean, you can seize the phone temporarily, but then you have to give it back. I have not, the limited research I've been able to do, the answers I got from attorneys, it's only temporarily that you can do that. And it seems like this is a general rule of Judge Bev, and she's been getting away with that for years, because not a single appellate court or Supreme Court in Indiana, they simply don't care. So I have no idea what kind of sacrifice she has done to Satan to get that kind of power. But apparently, she has been getting away with a lot of fuckery for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. And it's disheartening as well how she is so protected by the judiciary. Now, we saw this when uh, uh, Baldwin and Rossi, when they got reinstated, they simultaneously asked the Indiana Supreme Court, "You have to get rid of Judge Bev," and they wouldn't, even though she broke every known rule of conduct to get Rossi and Baldwin disqualified. Still not enough. And we now know her destroying private property. Still not enough. It's disheartening, because how are we supposed to have trust in the judiciary if the judiciary refuses to get rid of bad apples? How? What? What? What are we supposed? How are we supposed to even trust the appellate courts, if they allow her to continue? How? Yeah, hi, KPT. Yeah, I know that Total Boys Electronics has been taken away from him, but they are still just seized. They're not destroyed, that we know of, at least. So yeah, so when I say, as the thumbnail says, that the Pandora's box has been opened, I'm not even joking. It's not hyperbole. It's not me exaggerating to get clicks or views. It's because there really aren't stronger words I can use. And remember, folks, Judge Gull in Indiana was in the committee to getting in more transparency into courts. She was in favor of more transparency, except her own cases, it seems. Except her own cases. And can we trust the feds? Well, they haven't done jack shit in Indiana. We never even heard of the beginnings of an investigation in Indiana. Now, something else that was brought up a few days ago. Somebody found in Delphi, Indiana, 1987, a KKK rally with the pointer hats and everything. They were having a rally in 1987 in Delphi, Indiana. Then apparently that chapter or whatever's disappeared. Here's my speculation. It did not disappear. It just got together with the local masonry lodge. I can almost bet money that in that masonry lodge you won't find a single person of color. Not one. But then again, Carroll County is 97% white. Everybody's related to everybody. Nobody leaves Delphi or Carroll County, Indiana, unless it's for studies. Somehow, then they come back. It is disheartening, because in Carroll County, Indiana, the corruption seems to be generational. And I don't, but the only cure for this is to keep shining a light on whatever is going on in and around Delphi, Indiana. So starting next week, not Monday. Monday I have the Turtle Boy interview. Me, Dave, and Turtle Boy, Aiden we are going to build Lego and talk at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think it starts. But from Tuesday, more or less my channel will suddenly transfer into, hey, let's talk about Delphi. Because I don't feel I have a choice. Well, of course I have a choice, but I don't think my conscience allows me to have a choice, because a few months ago, Holman, McLeland were out on a PR tour, more or less telling us to stop. We have nothing. We have nothing. And the interest has died down a bit. Sadly, it has. I've noticed it with the videos I published. We can't allow that, folks. We really can't. So I don't care if it's me you're watching in this, or Defense Diaries, Lawyer Lee, Andrea, Criminality, anybody who is reporting on the Delphi case. Need every single view, every single thumbs up, and all of them. So my ask of you guys is, I know I'm asking a lot here, but if you are with me on this, I ask of you to be with the rest as well. That also goes for social media. If you have an X account, go look for the hashtag Delphi Transcripts. Delphi Transcripts, one word. And retweet it. Write something. Give it in the replies. Give a thumbs up. Hashtag Delphi Transcripts. To wake this issue up again. To find those who maybe not, I mean, the core is still here. The core is still there. But we need to expand to the outer circles again. Get the people from the Free Karen Reed case. Hey, you were angry. This is, yeah. There are more cases out there, but Delphi is probably the worst. And I covered the Zachariah Anderson monstrosity of a trial. I did my part in the Karen Reed trial. Other trials I've been covering, that is, what in the actual F is going on here? I've covered them. The Delphi trial is in a league of its own. It's not even the same sport. It needs more coverage. And I will do my best to do my part. And I hope whatever entity you pray to, please join me. Please join me. Okay. Oh, Big Dog, new member. Thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Yeah, if you want to become a member, it's $3 a month. And you get early access to my videos. I have a complete library of members only content. And yeah, all the YouTube things. And access to my Discord. But as for now and for the coming weeks, when I start to really dig into the Delphi case, I am in more need of views, thumbs ups, and shares on social media than money. I mean, I say this all the time. If you're struggling, I explicitly ban you from supporting me financially. If you have the means, I gladly accept. It's never necessary. Never. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Hey, unindicted co-conspiracy. Yes, I'm heading up to my godson's wedding now. I have 4.5 hours left to drive. I drove 6 hours yesterday. I've been driving an hour and a half now in the morning. I'm waiting for the store, this car theme to open so I can get some breakfast. And but the wedding isn't until tomorrow, so I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time. Oh, all right, folks. From inside my car, who is definitely not suited for long travel. This is a city car. This is a housewife car. I'm in a Suzuki Liana. It protests if I go over 55 miles per hour. It really does not want to go over that speed. This is, if I open the trunk and put a handle on the roof, I have a berry picker. Yeah, so after my trip to the United States in September, I'm going to try to get some cash together to get myself an upgraded car. But folks, that's it for me for now. I will start my. People have already started with the Delphi transcripts, doing videos and streams and such. So go over there, watch it, give it a thumbs up, do anything you can, please. And I will start my deep dive coverage on Tuesday after I get back from the wedding and after the Turtle Boy interview. All right, folks, that is what I had for you now. And hope you like it. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you guys in the next stream or video. Okay? See ya. Bye bye.